Thank you for watching this video. This is all about a Australia, potentially world first model, our clinical teaching model. And today I've got with me Andrew Yude, who's a colleague of mine. He's the associate, no he's not, he's an associate lecturer in theology. And my name is Jim Twelves, and I'm the Dean of Education here at Alphacrucis College. And we're going to talk to you about the whole concept of the clinical teaching model. So, first of all, a little bit of background and then we'll get straight into it, okay? We've been doing education here at Alphacrucis since 2011. We've had the Master of Teaching Primary, and now we've got, from this year, the Bachelor of Education Primary and the Masters of Teaching Primary. So basically, we're training new teachers to go out and be amazing folk for the rest of their careers and serving the community. Get going, I'd love to very briefly give a thumbnail sketch of what the clinical teaching model is, because I bet you've never heard of it. The clinical teaching model is that when some of our students, they can elect to become members or participate in this project, and they would go into a school 1 or 2 days a week for the whole of their time with us while they're studying. And they wouldn't be being examined and basically being tested, but they'd be learning on the job. Now, my friend and colleague Andrew has come across this. He's heard me talking about this so many times, and he's got enthusiastic about it. Why are you so enthusiastic about the clinical teaching model, Andrew?
Yes, thank you, Jim. Look, I work in the School of Theology, so I teach in our Bachelor of Theology and our postgraduate theology degrees, and so this isn't my degree, yet I am really passionate about what Jim is doing, what my colleagues are doing in the School of Education. And the reason why I'm passionate about it is because I grew up, I've been to school, and I've been thoroughly impacted in my life by quality educators. I can think of 2 or 3 people throughout my high school career who left a mark on my life, and I wouldn't be the person that I am today if it wasn't for excellent educators that took an extra interest in my life personally, that wanted to do more than just deliver content, but were interested in me as a person and wanted to see the best out of me. And so I've seen what good education can be. I'm myself an educator. And so when I heard that Jim has a clinical teaching model, a model which enables students to be in the classroom, to be immersed in the educational environment, to be mentored and tutored in an educational environment, that they're not spending all their time just in a classroom, and then when they finish their degree, they're then like, well, what am I supposed to do now? And the school that receives them as an employee thinks, oh, now I'm going to have to perhaps retrain them, or they don't know how to do this. Here is the clinical teaching model provides an opportunity for educational learners to be able to be invested and immersed in the educational context. They can be tutored and discipled, and I think that it's going to result in great teachers. I think it's going to result in students getting much better education. I'm a big fan of what this means for the students who enroll with us, who are going to get a greater opportunity to learn in the job context. And I also think it's going to be really significant for the schools themselves, and also if the students with us happen to be Christian or whatever social group that they are part of, I think it's going to be a benefit for them, not just for when they do get jobs, but as they're studying in the community that they are a part of. I think it's going to be a benefit for them too.
Wonderful. Now, the way you've described that, I think there is some elements that we need to, maybe I should unpack at this point. And for me, the great thrill has been that I've had my current students come to me and ask, hey, Jim, can I get onto this program? I haven't been asking them to get onto the program, please come on the program. They've been asking me, and they've only heard little bits because we're in the formative stage of developing it. So the crucial thing is that where there's a relationship between a student and a particular school, they know the staff, they may know the principal, and they obviously know us at the college, they then say, hey, why don't we get a partnership going here? And so we create a special model just for that school, that student, while they're studying with us. It's not a cookie cutter for everybody, just take it off the shelf and everybody's go down the same route. It's totally unique, and I think that's so exciting.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, the environment of higher education has changed. You know, after the global financial crisis, and it's hard for people to upship, move to the university or the higher educational institution, to leave their families, to leave their social networks, to leave their churches. It's difficult financially. It's difficult for them just generally and practically speaking. A model that allows somebody to stay in the community that they're a part of, to be able to do higher education study, but to be able to do that from where they are located, to be able to fly in or fly out, do intensives here and take some online classes as well, but be based where they are integrally connected into their community. I think that's a huge asset for them. I think that's going to make education easier for them, and I think it's going to make it more beneficial for them. And especially if you've got people who are wanting to change careers, if they're a little bit older, they've got a family, they've got financial commitments, you know, uprooting and moving to the city can be a huge disturbance to children and their schools, or it could be financially in changing jobs, but to be able to stay connected where they are, but to be able to start the educational journey, I think that's really good. I also think that it's really good because they're already part of the community, and they get to be more a part of the community. They get to be connected to a local school, and that enriches that community by creating closer community cohesion. It brings together their personal community and the school community, and I think that's a great asset for that community as well.
And leaping off from what you just said there, I think people really learn far better, more effectively, for lifelong, from people that they know and trust, and they're not having to impress. Basically, they've already got a relationship of trust. They know they're not going to be, you know, mocked or ridiculed for being maybe so not experienced as some. They will be encouraged to get over their nerves, get over their hurdles of inexperience, and in the context of basically love and care, that's where they're going to flourish. And it's far better that, as you said, they do it in their community rather than to upheave and move to the city and learn in a classroom. So they have the benefits of online as well as the local face-to-face, if you like, and hands-on. So I think that's more or less gets over, I trust, what is the joy of this clinical teaching model. It's a huge thing for us as in education and for Alphacrucis. So how can you help? I hope you would go to the link down there and click on it and find out where how to become a host school, basically. And because you never know, there'll be somebody in your school who's just waiting to be tapped on the shoulder and said, hey, you're a teacher. You can do this. It's not going to be, you know, world-changing for your whole family. You can do this while you're still with us. Thanks very much for watching.